Hi guys, welcome to the video. Before you get upset, this is a pre-recorded one. I had a lot of footage of me testing comps for the Chaos Shadow bosses from the test server. While I figure out what to do with the channel and with Dragonheir, this video gonna get published anyway on the channel. So I hope you don't get too much upset with me. They are still coming and I hope you enjoy it. So let's get into the video. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Van Orn and this is another Dragonheir Silence God video. I'm back on the test server to try more Chaos Shadow bosses and more comps for you. And today on this video we're taking on Quaesitia from the Necrosis affinity. She takes more damage from the Poison affinity, and so we're gonna see comps that can deal with her. Unfortunately, I've made a mistake. I've actually saved the score, and so I'm not able to try different composition and different combination. So we're gonna have to jump to the sparring pit, and I'm gonna show you the composition that I've been able to run. I'm gonna show you the results, and we can a little bit theorycraft of what we can do, even if there is no much room for change. The boss has a passive that basically there is a 50% chance of inflicting recharge speed penalty on the attacker for 5 seconds. When taking damage, this effect can only be triggered every 3 seconds. The hero takes 30% increased damage from basic attack. This is quite annoying because it's going to put off all your basically rotation. And she has on the battle skills healing prohibition twice. And on the ultimate, she apply attack penalty 2 on the front of her. So there is a way a bit to avoid this in a way that it doesn't affect us too much. But she is quite annoying, as I said, for the recharge speed penalty. So it's very difficult to speed tune in any comp. And I've tried Poison, and I'm telling you from now, there is really no point. Poison doesn't work that well. I can't make it scale too well. If you are desperate and you need to run this boss somehow, maybe you can build your comps. There are some of the new champions which are decent and they can do good damage. I'm talking about Dino, for example. He's a decent champion, but he doesn't really have massive damage output. There is Bronag, which is a new champion as well, that has a very good ability that does damage. And there are the old and good one, but overall, Poison struggle as usual. You need a lot of stats to make it work. It's very difficult to get 218 accuracy and make the rest of these stats to do damage, unless you have obviously a Dragonheir, which can change things a little bit. The rest of the champions are really not worth even mentioning. So we're having a look at Corrosion, and I'm going to show you my team, which is basically this one. And the positioning that we are running, we can run it even like this. It will not make any difference. Furbat will run to the boss in front of it, and Whisk, we're gonna jump on the back of the boss really, and so he's gonna not be hit by the ultimate of the boss. The hit's basically just in front of her, like a half-shaped triangle. And if Furbat is in this position, is the only one that hits basically. I built him with the where is the gear. Let me load it up. I built him with the Oasis set and the Current Clean. Current Clean is quite good because it gives them defense and accuracy, which is all you need from this champion really. You want him to heal, take less damage, and still apply a little bit of decreased defense and maybe the decreased attack. Whisk is going to be built for damage. Not too much needs to get some details on the gear. Every account is really different. Dargo is going to be able Witch's Remain applier with a 0 set, and you have to time basically your ability when you're doing his, because the travel for him and his ultimate is always a bit long, so you need to experiment a little bit. Another reason why I don't do too much deep dive in timing is because the skill haste is always different to my account and your account, and on these bosses you need to try to go as fast as possible. So what I do usually, I can give you this tip, is going over here and look from my DPS and see 19.5, 18.9 and 18.4. This means that my 3 DPS are all on different timing. What I want is all 3 of them to go to the slowest time available, meaning 19.5 in my circle, because it's the slowest champion that I have for the damage. All the rest of my DPS are going to time up to this one. So I'm going to time the ultimate, the first ultimate of Dargo, 3 seconds before, 2 seconds before, so the travel time of his blobs are getting to the boss. And right after the other 2 champions are going to get Whisk and then Asphalta in this case. to basically as a Sacredea, sorry, to basically do the final damage when the corrosion damage is already up. But the timing for the consequential skills is going to be 19.5. That's all I do really, and then I try to time the other champions if I need like a decrease attack, try to get up to 18 seconds. In this case, we're far away. We don't really care. We just run it as it is at the moment. It's test server. I'm just trying comps that can work. This one has 2 legendary, unfortunately, and as I said, I basically saved the score, and so I made a mistake and I can't try other combination. I wanted to try Sabrina, which will be a replacement really for either of the 2 DPS. She's range, so she can basically stay away from the damage, which is what you want. But the rest of the champions are all melee, so I hope that you have either Whisk that you can run and hide behind the boss, or Brook or Sacredea, because are the best option really to do damage from range. The other thing that you necessarily going to need is a healer. Someone that basically is going to keep your team running in protection set. In this case, I'm using Exandra because it's an accessible champion, and I'm using the Everlasting Diamond because on passive over here of the artifacts give me 125 resistance, which is what we need to resist the pull in from the boss. Quaesitia has that annoying battle skills that pull in the champions on the farther one on the pitch. In this case, it's going to be Exandra. And she's going to resist because she's very high resistant in this build. Plus the 125. There is a very slim chance, like a 3% chance that she's still going to be pulled in. And in that case, you have basically to stop and rerun the fight. There's really nothing else you can do. If you get pulled in, then the rest of the champions are going to get pulled in. And you're starting to get the decreased attack. Your damage is going to basically go down massively. And it's not worth it. So just stop it and rerun it and it will be fine. As I said, everybody's going to run in this position because the boss is really here. And then with Whisk, we run on the side and then we jump on the back of the boss to try to give damage from behind. And we're not taking any damage from the ultimate. Dargo apply the decreased defense. Us, Sacredea going for last and doing the big blow basically on corrosion. We only have an enlightenment aura, unfortunately, so it's all we can use really. But nevertheless, with this team, I've been able to do a decent damage. Nothing too crazy. I'll show you the results actually. So we can get into the boss and see the damage over here. Challenge records, 44 million, which is not that much. Obviously, if you have a Rook, you can get up to 200 million probably. And if you have Sabrina, you have to settle for a little bit less. But nevertheless, it's enough basically to do this boss for the first few weeks. And then when we have to break down the team, we're going to have to figure out a way to basically combine 2 and 2 champions with some support and some filler to get to 22 million. But we're going to have the bonuses from the alliance. So that's going to make it easier. And I'm not too concerned about that. Probably at that point, we can even run poison because of all the bonuses we're going to have. So this is everything for this video, guys. Hope it's been helpful. And as usual, if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It will help the channel grow. And I'm going to see you soon with another video about Dragonheir Silent Scott.